Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with this Liverpool and former midfielder Thiago Alcantara, as it has been reported that the player is now more than keen to join Barcelona and play under Xavi Hernandez, according to a new report. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then, secondly, talking about Frank Kessie, as Barcelona are currently demanding just 15 million euros plus bonuses for the midfielder, as Juventus have made a formal contact. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up till the very end. In a major development, Sasha Davorieri is reporting that there is a concrete possibility that Liverpool midfielder Thiago Alcantara could return to his boyhood club, Barcelona, this summer. Reports of Barca being interested in re-signing their former midfield prodigy surfaced on Wednesday. Thiago has only a year left on his contract at Liverpool and could be staring at a reduced role next season following the arrivals of Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis McAllister. As such, Barcelona are keeping a close watch on his situation. The La Liga champions are very much aware of the qualities that Thiago would bring to the table, while his ability to play anywhere in the middle of the park is also an appealing aspect of Xavi Hernandez and co. Now, Tavioleri is reporting that sources within Liverpool believe that there is a strong possibility that a Spanish midfielder could make his way back to Barcelona this summer. There has been no movement on this front yet, but Thiago's main option would be a move back to his boyhood club, with the 32-year-old said to be more than keen on returning to Barcelona and playing under his former mentor Xavi. Thiago joined Barca's La Masia youth setup in 2005 and went on to spend 8 years at the club before leaving for Bayern Munich in 2013. The midfielder made 100 first-team appearances for the Blaugrana and had been tipped as a long-term heir to Xavi. However, the lack of a starting spot in the lineup and the possibility of reuniting with Pep Guardiola at Bayern compelled the player to leave. Now, 10 years later, after his departure, the Spaniard might end up securing a return to Barcelona, although much will depend on the club's financial fair play situation and their pursuit of other midfield targets like Bernardo Silva and Giovanni Lo Celso. Of course, in the dramatic turn of events, Barca are strongly monitoring Thiago Alcantara as part of their midfield strengthening this coming season. And of course, I can't count the number of times I've been talking about players linked in midfield for Barca this season. Thiago spent some good years at Barca, and he was a very talented, I think he was a very good player for Barcelona, and many fans really loved him. He made just 100 appearances in the first team. He grew up in the La Masia youth setup, and I think many would not be opposed to the idea of him coming to Barca. Currently now we're talking about 3 players who might likely come to Barca to strengthen the central midfield position. So we're talking about Bernardo Silva, who have still been strongly linked, talking about Giovanni Lo Celso, as Xavi sees him as an alternative for Bernardo, and now talking about Thiago Alcantara. The name of Alcantara started swirling the media since on Tuesday, as Barcelona still look at the possibility of reuniting with their prodigal son. Of course, he left for Bayern Munich after making 100 appearances. Back in 2013, he went and reunited with Pep Guardiola, of course, the manager who brought him up at Barcelona and became the best under him. And now this report is claiming that Thiago, after hearing the rumors of Barca showing strong interest, he is now strongly showing interest in a return to the Camp Nou for one last dance. Of course, Thiago Alcantara is already 32 years of age. And of course, many will believe that even though he's 32, he is still at the highest level. Thiago is still a skilled player. He's still making a difference, even though his time at Liverpool has been marred by a lot of injuries. But during the short time he plays, Thiago's always make that difference on the pitch. He's that kind of player that I believe that he will suit the style of Xavi Hernandez. He will suit the Barca style, and I definitely think that his return will not be something that many people will oppose to. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, it is clear that Barcelona are getting desperate to offload players as soon as possible in order to lighten their wage bill and rake in some cash to help with their financial fair play situation. One of the players set to be sacrificed by the Blaugrana is midfielder Frank Kessie. Frank Kessie has been at the club for only a year, but given the financial situation, the Catalans have been forced to consider his departure, despite Xavi valuing his presence in the squad. Juventus are interested in signing Kessie this summer as a possible replacement for Paul Pogba, who is attracting interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia. And according to Sport, Juve have already made formal contact with Barca to convey their interest in signing Kessie in the ongoing transfer window. The Bianconeri see the Ivory Coast international as the main target to fill the void that would be left by Pogba's potential departure to the Middle East in the coming days, while they are waiting for Pogba's exit to be finalized before launching a full offensive. The decision to go after Frank Kessie has been made and contacts have been established with the La Liga champions. And as per the report, Barca will be more than happy to facilitate Kessie's transfer to Juventus, but they are demanding a minimum transfer fee of 15 million euros bonuses plus bonuses for the same. It must be noted that Kessie is also attracting interest from Saudi Arabia and has an offer on the table, although things are not very clear due to the number of intermediaries involved. So guys, with that, we have come to the end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.